on the back of this car.
Young man, 21 years of age, former champion of the Goodies Dash Series. Really coming on with the leadership of Buddy Barnes and that team. Fans on their feet. Now we're going to see if Mr. Excitement, Jimmy Spencer, can handle the lead as they restart here on lap 109.
Clear, work on.
Martin, her fourth place car. Martin, a fourth place car, looks back at Mike Dillon. And there we see Andy Santerre trying to work his way back in front, trying to get on the inside of Elliott Sadler in 66. That's about for 8th position.
That's 8th, 9th, and 10th on your screen as you're riding along now with Jeff Burton. He's back in 11th spot. Haven't heard much yet from the track gear Ford. Gotta believe we'll hear some from Burton. You see Blaney's car gets a little bit loose. In-car camera shots, Kyle. It's like you're riding along inside the guy's helmet and watching what's happening right in front of him.
And now Jimmy Spencer has caught Dale Earnhardt Jr. Well, can he do anything with him? Let's see. 112 laps down, 138 to go.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. has led, with the exception of pit stop, since the beginning. There's Matt Kenseth in car number 17. He and Jeff Purvis being shown in 6th and 7th position. That's Santerre, the 47, now coming up in 8th spot. Michael Waltrip is 9th in the 21. Battle for 10th behind that. That time by, the speed show that Jimmy Spencer was quicker than the 3 car.
But just barely. Just barely. 118.4 to 118.4. These two cars are awfully evenly matched. That time, Earnhardt Jr. was a little quicker. And Santerre Matt Kenseth, the 17 car, was the 3rd fastest as he tries to get by Jeff Purvis. That's the battle for 5th spot.
From our Pinto copter cam at this battle for 5th, 6th, and 7th. Matt Kenseth, the Lycos.com Chevrolet.
Santerre trying to take a look on the inside.
On cold tires, the high groove coming out of turn 4 is the fastest way. Those guys are making some time getting into turn 3 and through the center, but they just can't do anything. We saw Kenseth try it with Purvis, and now Santerre tried it with Kenseth.
Copter cam giving you an idea of exactly what Kyle Petty was talking about. Coming out of turn 4 using the high groove. Kenseth now trying to get to the inside of Jeff Purvis. Purvis, a former winner here. The only Busch Series regular that had won here at Richmond International Raceway in competition. Kenseth used the low groove last time out of turn 4. Tries it down on the inside. The car sliding back up.
He's going to try it on the outside. But meanwhile, he's got to be a little bit defensive because Santerre's right there looking on the inside. See Kevin LePage, the 40 car, still trying to work his way to the front as he goes by the 93 car of Dave Blaney. He's still in the lead lap. Kevin LePage back in the 13th position.
Yeah, Trickle is in 12th spot, the 64 car. LePage, the 40 car, is 13th, and the 93 of Blaney is 14th. And that is for position. The 35 car, Brendan Amick, being passed by Trickle for 11th spot. Now as LePage will try it on the outside.
obviously whatever the contact that Lyndon Amy had with Elton Sawyer has also damaged his car, because it's certainly not up to speed or not running as quick as it was earlier.
Well, one car that is up to speed is this little car right here, Little E, in his car number 3. He has turned it up a notch. A moment ago, we were clocking both cars at almost identical times and speeds, and look at how he's pulled away from the 12 car of Jimmy Spencer.
As a matter of fact, the 30 car of Todd Bodine that last lap by was faster than Jimmy Spencer. And we'll check out the speeds, and once again we see that Spencer all of a sudden is struggling. He goes from running the same speed as Earnhardt at 118.5 down to 116.5. So Spencer's car losing the handle just a little bit. That's pretty bad news for the competition. Martin had the second best lap. Fastest lap, I should say. See, Santerra's been able to get by Matt Kenseth and take over that 6th spot as he tried to work on the outside of Purvis. Bill Weber, what you got for us?
Benny, this has been just like a chess match watching this 47 car come through the field. In fact, he gets by Purvis, and the feeling down here was that Purvis was holding up both the 17 and the 47. But they knew that the 47 car could get to the front, but he just wanted to be very, very patient. This is a test for somebody that's never really been in this situation in this series before. A great car in a great position, and still in contention as we cross halfway here.
All right, Santerre was our pole sitter, currently being shown in 5th spot. Here's a battle back here. Elliott Sadler in the car number 66. That is for 13th, 14th, and 15th. Jeff Green, the car number 92, is in 14th spot. And we have one car heavy into the wall in turn 4.
Car in the wall inside of turn 4. Pull the high line, you're okay.
Elton Sawyer once again. And this time, whatever pieces weren't broken are now. And we see him moving around in there, which is a good sign.
But he hit it a ton. We heard his spotter say he just knocked the heck out of the wall. And you see him moving around, looking down to try to see about getting those belts unbuckled.
He's trying to get his breath right here. You see he's just leaning on the steering wheel. He keeps looking down, looking back up. He's just trying to get his breath. Obviously, he hit a ton. When you saw him, the car come down off the racetrack. It was carrying the right front tires. So this thing is, he hit hard.
He had pancaked this car earlier on lap 104. This is lap 125, and boy, he hit it a ton with the right side. Let's take a look.
And listen.
Oh.
That right front tire goes flat, and when it does, there's no control. It's straight in the wall.
And once again, he had moved into the top 5 in the point standings coming into the night with just 6 events remaining, hoping to be able to possibly move up on that at his home racetrack here at Richmond, Virginia.
What Kyle was talking about, when these cars go in and hit a wall like that, all the air in your body leaves. It just goes, hoo, and you spend about 30 seconds trying to get a breath.
Now watch the upper right of your screen.
Hard in that wall.
That's Mike McLaughlin, who missed him down low.
Earnhardt Jr. starts by on the inside and says, I don't think that's the place to go. I think I'll shoot on the outside.
Oh.
Just misses Elton Sawyer.
All right, here's Elton out of the car, the Aiken Sutton Motorsports machine, able to walk away. That is certainly good news. But he did indeed hit a ton. As we work the 8th caution flag, and we are just now past the halfway point here in the Autolite Platinum 250 at Richmond International Raceway. It is Earnhardt Jr., Spencer, Bodine, Martin, and Santerre in the top 5.
Bill, that's a good point with Santerre, because he is learning more tonight than he's learned in every race so far this year combined.
And look where he is now, okay? Now he's right between Mark and Kenseth, and you know they want to run together. So let's see what he learns here.
Yep. And the pit crew's also learning. You know, that's the one thing that you're always concerned about is, you know, when you run back in the middle of the pack and all of a sudden you have to make those pit stops, you're always concerned about that pit crew.
Yep. Run in the middle, you got a middle of the pack pit crew 90% of the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And even when when it surprises you and the car steps up, everybody else doesn't step up.
It's a learning process for everybody, the driver and the crew.
You'll say you got a front stretch race car and a back stretch pit crew.
That's it.
But again, they've got to be under fire before they know.
That's right.
They can practice in the garage all they want to, but until they get under fire and get in this deal, they just think they're ready.
Back at Richmond International Raceway, what a beautiful facility. Paul Sawyer, Wayne, and Billy. NASCAR Winston Cup Series sign aglow. And those grandstands topped by those mirrored glass suites.
And us.
And us. We're up there on the roof there. These great shots courtesy of the fine folks at Pennzoil and our Pennzoil Copter Cab. We check in once again with Ray Dunlap.
Well, just a second here. We'll get a word from Elton Sawyer. He's about to go into the medical center and get checked out. Can you give us a word about how you're feeling? Are you okay? That's the big question.
Yeah, I'm okay, Ray. It's just that wasn't very smart on my part. I got up on the outside of the 35 car down the front straightaway, and I don't know if he didn't see me. We touched and really hit the right side pretty hard there, and didn't want to go a lap down, so it stayed out. And I mean, it was towed in really bad, and finally just blew the right front tire. It's really not very smart on my part. My guys did a great job. We had a really good car. We were really expecting to, get us a good finish here, but sometimes you got to be a little smarter.
Yeah, tough night for the whole crew. Eddie Perdue not able to be here tonight because his grandmother's very ill, and Elton's going to go in and get checked out, but it looks like he's okay.
Kyle, that does happen to race car drivers. Sometimes your heart overcomes your head because you want to be a part, you want to gain those points, and you know probably from your head you shouldn't be out there with that car tire towed in.
Yeah, as he said, he thought he had a good chance at running good here tonight. He'd already been in the wall once. He drives it down in the corner. The tire's been rubbed, and he pops. Boom. He comes straight back across the racetrack. You see the car in front of him. You see it. It'll pop about right there, and it starts up the racetrack right there. You know, it just lays over on that right front, and there's nothing you can do. There's not enough brake in the world to get that car to slow down by the time you get there. So, and a lot of times, like you say, Jade, a lot of times you're out there running, you've run competitive, you know you got a top car, you're not a lap down yet, and you're saying, man, just a little bit of luck here, I'll be okay. And you end up wiping out something, and it happens to all of us.
If I can just get a break, and unfortunately the break you get, the caution you get, ends up being you. That unfortunately the case for Elton Sawyer, but able to walk away. Nice hustle by Ray Dunlap getting Elton as he got across the car going in to be checked out. Lap 134 getting set for a restart here after the 8th caution flag tonight, just past the halfway point if you just joined us. Andy Santerre was on the pole, his first ever Busch Series pole tonight, becoming the 20th different driver, just one shy of the modern era record in Busch competition for pole sitters for a single season. But it's been all Dale Earnhardt Jr. With a challenge about 15 or 20 laps ago from Jimmy Spencer, whose car faded a little bit after the tires got heated up a little bit, but we'll see if Spencer can give him a run once again as they come down for the restart.
Green flag is out.
Mark Martin sitting right in the middle of the racetrack in turn 4 here on lap 134. The car abruptly goes around and hits with the left side and the front end in the wall coming out of turn 4.
Now we got some guys racing back to the line with Mark sitting right in the middle of the racetrack.
No, I tell you what, Earnhardt Jr. had led off, and Dillon was coming, and the 12 car Spencer passed Earnhardt Jr. and he had to go in, so they were forced to race back. This accident right here was a little bit of uncalled for right there. That was just a lap car that got in the mark and turned him around.
All right, there's Bobby Leslie, who is the crew chief for Mark Martin, and he's not going to be a happy kid.